G'day guys and welcome back to AdosTheGreat YouTube channel. So guys, in today's video I am going to be giving you my preview and predictions for week 2 of the Pacific Championships. I'm very excited to jump in and go through all the team lists for the 4 games this weekend. Samoa do take on England as well. I may do a separate video for that one, but yeah, for now we're just going to do these 4, and yeah, I'll see if I get time this week. I'll do a separate one when those 1 through 17 get released. All right, now let's go through these game by game. We're going to go through each team list. Not really going to spend too much time on the women's games in these ones, but we're going to do it the Saturday games and then the Sunday games. Get a mustache hair stuck in my teeth. Enough of that. All right, let's go through it. So we've got the Fiji Bulikula versus the Cook Islands Moana. Let me know if I pronounce any of this wrong as well. I guarantee you some of these names I will get wrong. So I don't know too much about the players on these teams. I actually don't think I know. I know of Kiana Takarangi for the Cook Islands women's team there, but for the Fijian squad, I know nobody. Cassie Staples potentially, but outside of that, I know nobody. So I'm just going to give my prediction here for this one, and then I will give an anytime try scorer for both sides. So I do think in this one, I can't really see Cook Islands doing too much in either of the men's or the women's competition. So I am going to back in the Fijian women's team here. I don't think it'll be a 13 plus game, so I am going 1-12 there. And I think the fullback Cassie Staples scores anytime for Fiji. For the Cook Islands, I am going to go Chantel Holloway-Samuels to score anytime in that one. So my predictions for this one is Cassie Staples anytime, Chantel Holloway-Samuels anytime try scorer, and Fiji Bulikula to win 1-12. All right, let's go to the men's Fiji Bati versus Cook Islands Ayatu. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Hopefully I am. Let me know in the comments if I am not. All right, let's go through the Fijian lineup. Pretty similar to last week. We've got Sunil Turuva at fullback, wingers Micah Sivo and Semi Valame. In the centres, Michael Jennings with Wanga Blake in the other centre spot. My apologies. Kevin Nguama and Kurt Donahue, the halves once again. Tuikami Kamika and Ben Nakubue in the front row. James Valevatu in the number 9 jersey. Viliami Kikau and Tane Milne in the second row as last week as well. Caleb Navali is the lock. No changes there. All right, the bench, Penioni Tangi Tuimua, Kitioni Katonga, Kylan Mafua and Jordan Miller make up the bench. I don't really think there'll be too many changes to this squad. I think they will probably be named 1 through to 17. All right, for Cook Islands, we've got Esom Ioka at fullback, Stephen Masters and Rickson Andrew on the wings. Ruben Rennie and Delahia Wigmore in the centres. Brad Takarangi and Esan Masters in the halves. Tepai Moroa and Davey Mawali. Shout out to Davey, Rabbitohs legend there. Rua Gatikura. Please let me know if I pronounce any of these names wrong as well, guys. Zane in the front row, my apologies, and Gatikura in the number 9. Zane Tatavano and Ruben Porter in the second row with Pride Peterson Rabati in the number 13. Off the bench, Kobe Tararo, Mason Teague, Justin Makirani, and Junior Teroy. I probably think Makahisi Makatoa might find his way into this squad. Outside of that, Alex Glenn has also been named. Do not know if that is the OG Alex Glenn there or just a young fella coming through, but if it is Alex Glenn, I'd love to see him get another run. All right, my predictions for this one. I think this is going to be a very one-sided game. You're looking at these teams on paper, and Fiji are leagues ahead in terms of squad strength. Neither side really has key halves either. Asan Masters can play in the halves, so can Brad Takarangi, but they're both known more as centres or in that back line there. For Fiji, Kurt Donahue, he kicked a 40-20, but some of his kicks just weren't there last week. Kevin Nagwame is a back, not really a half. So, but neither have decent halves. Both have really strong forward packs, to be fair, but the back line is where it's going to be one for me, in my opinion. You look at that star-studded Fijian back line, like outside of Stephen Masters, you don't really know anybody there in that back five. To be fair, like none of them really played much NRL. So I think Fiji win this, and I do think they win it quite well. For the women's games, I am only doing a margin, like a 1-12 sort of margin there. For this one, I will do a spot-on margin, how much I think they win this one by. And I do think Fiji probably win this one by, I'm going to say 28 points. I think they win this one 34-12. 28 points. 34-6 will go there. So, 34-6 is my prediction here. For anytime try scorers, I'm going to take Suni Turuva to score for Fiji and Esam Ioka to score. So both the fullbacks to score in this one. So, Fiji to win this one 34-6. All right, on to the first of the Sunday games. We have got the Kiwi Ferns against the Jillaroos. This one is going to be very entertaining. Both sides are fairly strong here. So the players that I know a bit about for both these sides, pretty much everybody in the Australian lineup. But Leanne Tafunga, I believe that's how you pronounce it. I've heard that name. Obviously, we know Mele Hafanga from the Broncos, Abigail Roach, Shanice Parker. I've heard of Tyler King. I've heard of Anessa Biddle, Amber Hall, Georgia Hale. I've heard of all those ones. From the bench, Ashley Quinlan. I've heard that name as well, but outside of that, I don't know too many from the Ferns there. From Australia, I know pretty much everybody here. Ali Brigginshaw is back. She returns this week, which I think it's probably necessary that she does come back into this side. However, it is a bit unfair that Jess Surges does miss out, although I don't think she was fully fit last week. All right, let's talk about this game. I do think this is going to be fairly one-sided. I don't think it'll be a flogging, but I do think it will be somewhat one-sided. And I do tend to think Australia win this one 13+. I don't think it'll be a 20-point win or anything like that. I think maybe like a 14-pointer. But, I think it will be on the lower end of a 13+ win. I'm going to go anytime try scorers. I think Hafanga for the Ferns is a shoe-in to score a try. And you just got to give Julia Robinson another try. I'd be very surprised if she doesn't cross in this one. So, that is my tips for this one, guys. My predictions are Ferns to win it by 13+. Jillaroos to win it 13+. And Hafanga and Robinson anytime try scorers. All right, the game you've probably all been waiting for me to cover. It is the Kiwis against the Kangaroos. This is the one I think everybody is waiting for. So let's go through these lineups, and then I will give you my predictions. So at fullback, we've got for the Kiwis, we've got Keanu Kinney, Jermaine Asaka, and Will Warbrick are the wingers. Matt Timoko and Peter Hiku in the centres. Charles Nickel Clockstad at 5'8", Sean Johnson at halfback. How good is that? CSJ back in the Kiwis jersey. James Fisher-Harris and Griffin Neame are on the are the front rowers, with Phoenix Crossland in the number 9 jersey. Isaiah Papali'i and Scott Sorensen make up the back row. Very strong back row there too, I might add. Joe Tarpanay, one of the most underrated forwards in the entire NRL, is the lock. The bench, Cody Nikorima, Nafahu White, Murata Niakure and Jordan Ricky. The extended bench, Aaron Clark, Trent Tallau and Casey McLean. For Australia, no changes at all to this squad. We are 1 through to 17 as we were named last week. Do I think any changes will happen? Personally, I don't. Maybe Lindsay Collins goes to the bench and a Mitch Barnett or Ruben Cotter start. But outside of that, I can't really see any changes. Maybe a Lindsay Smith is a surprise addition off the bench. I'm not too sure. I doubt any of these players move or get dropped or anything like that. It's the first game playing together last week. Like, this new look squad, the spine has never played together, any of them. Like, obviously, Dylan Edwards, Mitch Moses, New South Wales, and then Tom Dearden and Harry Grant, Queensland. But what I'm saying is, like, they haven't played all four of them together before. So, I think it'll be good to get for this to be sort of a test for their second game here. All right, so predictions here for this one. Look, I'm going to go and say Australia win it. I think they get it done by about 10 points. I'm going to say 24-14. Anytime try scorers, I think Keanu Kinney is a shoo-in for a try in this one. He is just an absolute weapon. So I reckon he probably does score. Will Warbrick against Xavier Cates is an interesting one. And I reckon Xavier Cates gets a try there over Willie Warbrick. So Keanu Kinney, anytime try scorer. Xavier Cates, anytime try scorer. And I'm backing in the Kangaroos 24-14, a 10-point margin. Let me know who you're predicting to win down below in the comments. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you all so much for your support of my content over the Pacific Championships. It's been very good, so I really do appreciate that. Off season and the end of season is never all that big for me, and this year it really has been, so I really do appreciate that. If you are enjoying the content, guys, please do hit that like button and subscribe, and as always, I will see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.